Alright guys, so today I'm going to show you how to get the Grandmaster's Zamorak achievement for the Unorthodox kill. And this one is actually one of the easier ones, so even if you're not the most cracked hench PVMer out there, you'll be able to get it. What I did for this is I wore my full power gear, minus my Devourer's Nexus. I went with the regular Zamorak Nexus. And also, I did in fact go with Aegis for the aura and a Hellhound just to reduce the damage a little bit more, even though it really wasn't all that necessary for me. So as you can see here, you got to go in the pad order 3, 5, 6, 1, 4, 2. So I started at 3, but what I did was I did get the gray bar down all the way before starting to charge. So I only got this one mechanic, and then I did focus all of my DPS onto Zamorak to phase him before I started dealing with this witch, and then you'll see the other witch that pops up once I start moving towards pad 5, just to get into position for where I want Danny to be, and the next pad that I'm going to charge before going into Furnace to deal with. And again, this is pretty self-explanatory. If you've done a 750% hit rate Zamorak before, you should be able to do this no problem. All you have to focus on is building up and destroying the gray bar. And then once you are built up with the gray bar, I would say below the 30k or so in a solo, you're going to start charging the pad, and don't throw your skulls if you're doing necromancy until the pad is almost charged, so that you can burst him with everything you have right as the pad charges and he goes into his green HP, since there will be no red HP as the gray bar is basically gone. Also, you'll see I do put storm shards onto Zamorak. It's something that would definitely help if you remember to do it, to shatter them on P7. Of course, I ended up not doing it, actually struggled quite a bit on P7 and panicked a little bit as I was going for the 2 cycle, but all in all, it didn't matter. That's actually another point that I want to bring up here. You can, in fact, this in a 2 cycle. There is a chance you will kill the demon if you're sculling, which is inadvisable. But you can go the 2 cycle and just don't use skulls. You should be fine. Of course, if you have trouble dealing with the pads, go ahead and read them or anticipate before you hop to it, and then this is where you want to use your disruption shield, since you can instantly trigger that off the bombs and not take damage. I also don't recommend clearing bombs off the pads before you start charging the pad, seeing as in between phases they will come back. Quick enough and prefer to do it that way, you can in fact touch the bomb and then walk off the pad before getting stunned, and you do not take any damage, so you don't have to even use Destruction Shield. With how this achievement has to be done, you are already limited in your defensives to pretty much using only Debilitate and Devotion, so having Disruption Shield when you really need it, if you are in fact taking a ton of damage, is pretty nice. As you can see, the main focus here is to skip all the mechanics, since you can't stun Zamorak on his Chaos Tomb, those attacks. Chaos Blast, rather. I'm also going into Living Death, not Living Death, but in fact Split Soul, and sculling right at the end there at the bar, get up on the pad. Quick burst, and we got Sammy into his gray bar in less than 2 autos. If you are more comfortable, you can go ahead and clear these bombs from the arena in general. However, I would just not waste my time with them, especially since you're so limited as is for this achievement in which defense. Of course, at this rage, I did do this at 750, so you can go ahead and free freedom and just go ahead and not even throw out any defensives. Do soul split and like a full volley of souls on the witch. Take her out quick. Some of these pads are allowed, I'll say, to trigger a mechanic, like the next mechanic that would happen once I charge pad 1, which is one shot, would be the chaos room, where Zamorak throws down the inner red circle and the outer red circle, the black smoke that forces through it. If you get hit with something like that, that's fine, because ideally, if that's the only mechanic, there's really nothing preventing you from dealing with it in terms of staying on track to complete the achievement. And then, of course, if you're going even slower than that, the next one you would have would be the melee slam again, which I dealt with on first pad, which was pad 3. And for that, I simply devotion. Then you can debilitate if you want, but ideally you want to time it, unlike I did here, to go ahead and destruction shield the bomb blast. Of course, DPS really shouldn't be an issue as long as you can take it slow and clear the graveyard before charging all the pads. And if you want to play it a little bit safer, you can go ahead and wear a few pieces of the tank gear. I believe I did that here with the pants, or rather the row bottom, the Death Ward row bottom, and the boots. As far as bonus powers go, I wouldn't change anything from my 1K to overtime. That means going to Death Ward, Conservation of Energy, and Fury of the Smalls. A good balance here of damage and defense. Important thing to note here at the end, as in on phase 6, you are going to want to maximize how much adrenaline is going into phase 7. Therefore, after your full rotation, which for me that is going into split soul, bloating if I have the time, and then once the pad is almost charged, I go ahead and throw skulls, P70 spec, P95 spec, and the full volley of souls. After that, I'm charged back up to 100% the pad, and I just throw out basics if I still need them to get Zamorak down. So we go into P7 with 100% adrenaline. I don't bother even stunning the demon at this range, just protect magic and go ahead, try and kill B-Rune in order to get that part of the achievement done. I unfortunately also get B-Rune as my first one, so I'm building up, protecting melee because of the demon damage. I did Death Mark there, shouldn't have done that. but sometimes it goes fine. I did take enough damage where it didn't hurt me too bad, but I did have to get back up. Then obviously devotion, debilitate, put on the spirit shield after you use another volley of souls, and bring your bit pot and just deal as much damage to Zamorak as you can before the second melee slam that should sign. I got signed there, come back, both demons are still alive, so we're on pace for the second cycle. The red bomb didn't kill me because I was still from getting signed by the melee slam. Get V again and star, which really the probably as ideal here as you can get, but now the demon damage, the melee damage from the demons becomes insane here. You want to throw in your Excalibur and sort of just walk them back and forth. They do teleport, so you can use some movement abilities like Surge, Dive. I debuffed myself too far to summon my conjures, so I had to actually get away from them for a little bit, snip my overload, and then summon my conjures. Decided I can't wait too long, so I went ahead and built the second rune. Same thing, devotion, but this time I don't debilitate, I just go all out, and attack Zammy, put on the Ring of Death. Forgot the death mark there, but it didn't cost me. Go ahead, throw a simple basic, and there you have it. Now, if you like that, please like and subscribe.